Yo, what it do? Welcome to Raiders Unleashed, the Las Vegas Raiders football preseason. Man, if you don't like preseason, I don't know what is wrong with you. It's a time for these guys to see what we got, right? To see what we got in the draft picks, to see what we got in the free agents we brought in, to see what we have with the players in the building. We have a special guest. Pete Carroll is pulling up to his hometown where he coached for 14 years. Shout out to everybody already in the building. Man, let's get unleashed.
The autumn wind is a pirate, blustering in from sea. With a rollicking song he sweeps along, swaggering boisterously. His face is weather-beaten. He wears a hooded sash, with a silver hat about his head, and a bristling black mustache. He growls as he storms the country, a villain big and bold. And the trees all shake and quiver and quake as he robs them of their gold. The autumn wind is a raider, pillaging just for fun. He'll knock you round and upside down and laugh when he's conquered and won.
Hey, you know what I like to do? Just follow me on this.
Hey, that fire still burns bright here in Las Vegas.
Legacy and one future.
Poise.
Talk about commitment to excellence, just win, baby. Once a Raider, always a Raider. You walk in this building, you can feel it.
It starts with our DNA, ill intent, physicality.
7 memorable decades. 30 Pro Football Hall of Famers. 25 postseason victories. 5 AFL and AFC championships. And 3 Super Bowl titles. Though names, faces, and locations have changed, one constant remains: the unyielding will to win.
Yo, what's good? What's good? Shout out to everybody in the building. So, as you know, tomorrow, football, 10 o'clock. What time? Oh, it's 9 o'clock my time, so why is there an echo in here? What's going on? Well, shout out to everybody in the building. Yeah, so Pete Carroll heads home. Geno Smith. Pete Carroll says, all hands on deck, right? Everybody's ready to go. What does that mean? We'll break that down a little bit. We'll get into it. For me, it means we're going to see some of the starters, right? We need to see what we have in the offensive line. We need to see what we have in the defensive line. Some of these young guys we brought in. And also, is Aiden O'Connell on the hot seat? Cam Miller's looking very good. We'll get into that. We'll break it all down. Don't know where my guest is, but she will be up very, very shortly. So I know most of y'all are here to see Kandie unlocked. We will unlock her here in a bit. Let's get into the chat. Chat lives matter. There's a lot of people in here. I can't even say some of these names. AB, what's good? Kandie unlocked. Anytime you're ready. Wyatt, appreciate you pulling up. Rick Whitson, my guy, what's good? What's good? Been a minute. Billy D, Greg Brewer, what's good? Grim, always in the building. Appreciate the loyal ones, the real ones, the diehards, always rocking with me. I know this is a little weird, and my hat's green, so excuse the green screen for a little bit, but we're going to try a little different style. You know, this is how Kandie unlocked, or Kandie Angel, Hawaiian Kandie, whatever you know her as. This is how she's used to coming on. So but yeah, man, people I want to see, let me know in the comments who you want to see. Who are the biggest people, biggest names that you want to see in preseason? Who do you want to see out there the most, right? For me, it's Ashton Genty. He's got to have, you know, some carries. We want to see that explosiveness. We want to see that, you know, breaking tackles. We want to see him run through guys. We want to see the wiggle that a lot of people argue with me that he doesn't have. You're going to find out. I want to see him jumping over people, right? The explosiveness. And I want to see the offensive line, right? how they open up holes, how they protect the quarterback, whether it's Aiden, whether it's Geno, or whether it's Cam Miller. Also, speaking of the offensive line, backup wise, I definitely want to see what we have in the backups because, that's a huge, huge thing. I don't know why that's echoing in my ear, but I'm going to take those off until she pops up. So, shout out to everybody. I don't know what she's doing. She's taking her time. Probably still getting ready. But, yeah, for me, Seattle's got a lot of weapons, man. They have a guy that I kind of liked in the beginning until the combine, right? Jalen Milroe, a guy that's explosive with the ball in his hands. That mobile quarterback that everybody wants in the NFL right now. Everybody's talking about. But accuracy, right? Decision making, that was all in question. But you get in the right system with the right coaches, with a guy like Sam Darnold, who's been in the NFL, bounced around, been in all kinds of different situations, seen every defense, right? Held a clipboard, played, shined last year. So they have a good quarterback in Jalen Milroe. They also have my guy Gray Zabel, who, I really, really, really liked Gray Zabel. I really thought the Raiders would take a chance on bringing a guy like Gray Zabel in, whether he started out at guard and moved to tackle, just a big human being, a monster mammoth of a man out there. So, we got some challenges. This defensive line, there's a lot of questions. A lot of people are questioning. So, let's pull her up to one and only Hawaiian Kandie Unlocked, whatever you know her as. Welcome to the channel. Let's get this a little bit better.
Hi
I gotta
there.
plug in my headphones now because I can't hear you otherwise.
Hi, everybody.
What's good?
What up? Can you hear me okay?
How you doing? You pumped for the season? You ready to go? Well, technical difficulties. I heard you just fine for a minute.
The speakers just went on my laptop. Can you hear me?
You're good.
Okay, but I hear you on my laptop. Are you echoing? You're not in my head. So.
Don't know, man.
Yeah, hold on. Give me 1 second, guys.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you, but
Is
my
it echoing?
Oh, there we go.
Chat, is it echoing? Jason Ruiz, what's good? Boghold, appreciate you. My camp defense is crazy. We'll see. I don't know why it's echoing. Jeez Louise. Say something.
It's not you. It's my microphone. My microphone's working.
It's not echoing now.
Okay, there we go.
Oh.
It's in my head now.
Got it.
Okay, can you hear me or can you not hear me? See, it's on my.
We can all hear you. Everybody can hear you. It's echoing
Yes.
like crazy.
I can't. Okay, hold on. It's because it's coming from my mic. See?
You have YouTube open.
No. I had YouTube muted, but hold on. 1 second.
That sounds way better now.
I just had to mute my mic. This is frustrating. Give me a moment.
Man. Hold on. Let me see if it's on my end.
I got it working. Can you hear me? I can't hear you at all now. You have no sound. Okay, can you hear me now? Oh.
That's
Can you hear me
horrible.
now?
Yes, I can hear
you
you.
if I mute my mic.
Can you hear me?
I think that's on.
Well, All right. Well, I can sit here and mess with settings all day. I don't know what's going on her side. Is there echo on my side? Can y'all hear me? Marcus Banks was good. Raider Nation, Jason, appreciate you pulling up. Can y'all hear me? Fuck my life. Oh God, help me, bro. Yeah, no shit. Can you guys hear me? Am I good? All right. All right. Well, man, let's continue. We don't need her. I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on her side, but I apologize for the technical difficulties. We will get it all together. So, man, let's get what I was talking about, before I was rudely interrupted. um, Gray Zabel. Gray Zabel is a dog out there, and our defensive line, man, we have a lot of questions, right? Obviously, there's guys falling down on the depth chart. We're going to break down the depth chart, so stay tuned for that. We're going to go over my predictions on what I had, who's already not on the roster from what I had, and who's fallen behind, because guys like Dylan Labe, man, fifth or sixth running back right now. So appreciate you, Marcus Banks. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. I don't know, man. We'll figure out her side. But yeah, we have a lot of running backs that might not make this team. Special teams is moving around. They have Ashton Genty as the punt returner, which could be lights out for guys like Dylan Labe. I'm gonna call it. Who I really want to make this team. But if you're not cutting it and the guys in front of you are outperforming, then it is what it is. I want the best players on this team. I don't care what the name is on the back, as long as we're just winning, baby, right? So for me, can I switch this? Nope. I'm working on my mic. Just don't worry. Let me know when you're ready. Let me know when you're ready. We'll try again. Try again. Patience is a virtue. But yeah, with all the running backs we have, guys are slipping down the roster. And I mean, shit, let's pull that up, I guess, now while we're waiting for her. Whoa, that ain't gonna work. Okay, let's not do that. What the hell? All right, are you ready? Well, let's stop sharing and try again, I guess.
For some odd reason. Hold on. I'm
Can
having
you hear
issues. Yeah, can you hear me? Hold on.
Is there still an echo? Yep.
Okay, can you hear me now? Why is that not noticing my This is frustrating. Can you hear me now?
Hold on, man. I can hear you.
Okay. I need to figure out how to get the fucking sound off my speakers.
Chat. Are we good?
For some odd reason, the sound is on my speakers.
If we're not, this is going to echo a lot.
Hold on. Oh, gosh. Okay, hold on. Oh,
I'm not forfeiting shit.
there we go. Thank God. Okay. How do I sound now? It's good on my side. Okay.
Right.
Thank
Let's
God.
go.
Jesus freaking
Yes.
criminy.
Let's talk football. Shout out to all the people in the building that we lost.
Thank you guys for waiting. I apologize.
Shout out to all the people that were in the building that we lost. Shout out to the people still here, the OGs rocking with us.
That was insane.
You know
Sorry,
who you are.
guys.
You know who you are.
Okay, that was crazy. Hi, hello. Look
All
at
right,
me.
man.
It's all
So,
zoomed in.
are you
Sorry
ready
about
for some
that.
football?
I am ready for some football.
Can we get a Raiders?
Raiders!
All right, sounds good. Let's
I could get a
roll.
little louder.
All right, man. Fly, Eagles, fly. Shane Butler in the building. How you been, my guy? Long time no see. Good to see you back in the chat. Hope all is good. I really don't hope you enjoy Ja'Cory and Bennett. And of course, you're gonna type that as we speak. Shout out to my guy Shane Butler.
Oh, jeez.
Shout out to everybody in the building. Pillaging just for fun. Appreciate you dropping in. Geomex Raiders. All right, man. So let's get into it. How do you feel? How do you feel about tomorrow? What's it looking like? Do you want to give score predictions now? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I'm like, don't kill me right now. Come on. I am trying to pull up pages here. No, so I am excited for tomorrow. It's probably the first game
Shout
I'll
out
actually
Kyle.
like.
Go Hawks. We'll be rooting for the Raiders when you're not playing the Hawks. Get your shit together. I'm gonna talk for a minute. Shout out to the Seattle Seahawks. I think it's absolutely huge that they went out of their way to tell their fans they will not be booing Geno Smith or Pete Carroll when they come in the building when they're announced. That's a class act in my opinion. So shout out to the Seattle Seahawks, the whole entire organization. In my opinion, again, that is very, very classful. Because he spent 14 years there. Whether he was fired, let go, whether it was a mutual decision, however you want to say it. It's nice. It's nice, right, for him to come back. The fans still love him. As you can see, fans in the chat saying they're going to root for the Las Vegas Raiders, when they're not playing Seattle, which is, good. So a classy bunch, classy fan base, classy organization. And it says a lot. It says a lot, for Seattle to do that. From what I understand, they're going to have some kind of welcome back ceremony for Pete Carroll and Geno Smith, which, again, is just bravo, another class act. So, but then after when all that's said and done, thank you, but we're gonna have to whoop your ass.
That's funny. Joanna, it's your bedtime.
So how do you feel? Do you feel, Pete Carroll with all his experience, about to be 74 years old, right? Any day, I think, right? When the season starts, midway through the season, I don't know for sure. Go Browns! Shout out to the Browns fans in the building. But do you think Pete Carroll is really going to come back to Seattle after coaching there for 14 years? Against a coach like Mike McDonald, who came in, took over his job. Sam Darnold probably won't.
Oh, what happened to you? Where'd you go? Is that my internet? We froze. Fuck. What just happened? Okay, did you lose me for a sec? Sorry, my internet is tripping.
Yeah, we lost you. You lost you. So did you hear anything I said?
Sorry. You started saying about Pete Carroll being 74 and then it froze. Oh, about going for 14 years.
To make it short, do you see Pete Carroll? Do you see any way Pete Carroll and the Las Vegas Raiders don't walk out of Seattle with a victory? Pete Carroll, 14 years there, has something to prove. Probably has a little chip on his shoulder for them, letting him go and not still not believing in him. But how do you feel? How do you feel about it?
Okay, my voice might be off for a minute. Just give me a bit. When my roommate gets back, I'll have him put me to a hard line. I'm on Wi-Fi right now and it's messing up.
You're fine.
So,
whatever you're doing, just
as far as Pete Carroll, I think that he's gonna go there and dominate because he's not gonna want to look bad. I think he's gonna show them how much better he's gonna do in the Raiders since they fired him, and I think he's gonna fucking just, excuse my language. I think he's going to just show, I think he's gonna make everybody work as hard as they can. He's gonna make them show their best selves, more, just because he wants to save face.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I feel like, the energy he brings in the building, the way guys are fired up. We have a little bit of questions about our secondary. We have questions about our offensive line. We'll get into all that. But I feel with all that being said, I think a lot of these guys are coming to play for Pete Carroll, and Seattle, they don't really have much on the line. I don't think they're thinking about upsetting Pete Carroll. I think a lot of players still have. I know a lot of players in Seattle still have major love and still talk to Pete Carroll. So it's going to be a rough emotional game for a lot of people. But I think it's depending. It's going to depend on whose depth is better than whose,
Yeah.
and I hope our depth has improved all the way around.
I think that they're just, like I said, when the difference from now of when AP was the coach. I think they looked at AP more like he was a comrade, like he was just one of their homies. And I think now they look at Pete Carroll more like a father, a grandfather, somebody that they respect and they have to listen to, not just like they could get away with a little bit without getting in trouble. And it seemed like with AP, they felt like they could be like they could slack off a little bit and not get in trouble. You know what I mean? I think now they feel more like, oh shit, we need to listen. We need to do what we're told. We need to work as hard as we can. They want to show him how good they can do. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and somebody said in the chat, it's a preseason game. They won't care.
I
to
think
Junior Cairo.
when it comes to the Raiders, I think at this moment with their record the last few years, I think they do care. I think they're going to try and do everything they can. Preseason, full season. I think every part of this year they're going to do their best.
Yeah, I think Pete Carroll has said it many, many times, right?
Shout out to everybody.
They're gonna come in, they're gonna come in, give it their all, and they're gonna put these guys through the test.
Yeah.
So
I think it's going to be good.
I think it does matter. I think when you play somewhere for 14 years, you still have to have a soft spot in your heart for the city, for the stadium, for the players, the organization, the fans.
Yeah.
And I think Pete Carroll wants to prove that his age doesn't matter. I think he wants to prove to the NFL. That's why he took on a team that was 4-13, that had a bunch of players with upside. We lost a lot of those players, but they drafted well. They drafted well the last, and I think they're getting better. But we will find out tomorrow. Make sure y'all tune in.
I'm excited for tomorrow. It's probably going to be the first real game I actually watch every second of it and pay attention to what they're doing so I can actually learn like every single thing. I'll be like, what are they doing now? What are they doing now? What's that? What's that?
Shane Butler says, who is this? He's never seen you before.
I've
Her
been on
name
your
is-
channel before.
Her name is Kandie Angel. She's been on the channel before. She's also been known as Hawaiian Candy, now known as Kandie
Candy
Unlocked.
Unlocked.
She also has a Raider channel,
Oh yeah, I was supposed to show everybody
Tatted
my
Raiderette,
outfit.
that she doesn't really.
Everybody wanted to see my outfit. Ta-da.
Nice.
I
Tatted
custom
Raiderette.
designed this thing. I had to go to the mall though because my printing company would
Sick.
not print Raider shit. I'm
It's a nice dress.
Thank you.
Fits well. We got to get a players coach a little younger. I think we have a players coach. I think Pete Carroll out there getting fired up with these guys, running drills, running bags, throwing passes, trying to tackle guys, wrestling with guys. I think we have a players coach now, maybe by age, but I think we have a player coach.
Sorry, every time I read Junior, you are like the most delusional person I have ever talked to online in my life. Like almost more than Piano Man. Is it like Piano Man's dad or something? Like, I'm just saying.
It might be the same person. My guy Geo Mex says AJ Cole is going to be the MVP tomorrow. The nation is going to go loco. Man, I hope not. Grim is Candy's mod. What else we got?
Yes.
I lost it probably because it wasn't here.
Raiderette.
Pop Tart. Oh no. Isn't the same
How
chick
am I
like 2
not
weeks
seeing
ago
that?
though?
I don't think I'm seeing the right chat. I can't see all the chat. I need to go to the other thing.
40
'cause
yards and a down. What?
I'm not seeing the chat. Hold on. I think
Oh,
I'm
your
missing
boy
a ton
Hero.
of chat.
All right, man. So we're caught up to the chat. Let's get into football. So the offensive line, they've moved a lot of players around on the offensive line. the nation, there's a lot of people very, very worried about JPJ possibly, losing the starting job and somebody else taking over that spot. Now, I heard Will Putnam's fighting very hard for that backup center spot.
In the
I
chat.
don't know how much he can shine, but hopefully he can do enough out there when he gets out there, to show the coaching staff that he wants to be a part of this team. Because I think Will Putnam, I've talked about him all the time on this channel, a guy that played for Clemson, got that dog in him like JPJ, physical, tough. But then we got to see another guy, a bunch of other guys like Thayer Munford, who doesn't look good in any of the practices from what I've heard, looks slow, just constantly getting worked out there. Could be a problem, right? Could be a problem. Is there a way for, possibly my Arkansas Razorback, Dalton Wagner, I know I was the first one talking about Dalton Wagner 2 years ago. Is there a way he possibly makes his team? Practice squad again would be crazy. He was a UDFA that they brought in. They put him on IR, and he was the highest paid UDFA ever for the Raiders at $240,000. So, they see something in this kid, and they've kept him on the roster for a long time. He looks a little bit quicker out there. He looks a little bit healthier. But what do you see from the offensive line? I know you've been doing a little bit of work and studying.
So after those dabs, I kind of don't remember much of anything. Okay. I am. So you said the offensive line. So I was studying the defensive line, damn. So honestly, when it came down to it, I was looking at Thayer Munford, and that guy has like no stats whatsoever. So I don't know why he'd be even on there. From just looking at stats, Thayer Munford doesn't have like anything. DJ Glaze had a pretty good, like what I was reading on DJ Glaze, like his stuff looked pretty sick. Like he did like 14. Hold on, let me open up this page better. The thing that I looked at earlier, like his stats, 17, like he played in 17 games, 14 starts at right tackle, played in 40 games and 32 starts, like over 4 seasons. Like that's pretty damn good if you're sitting there starting out as a rookie and you get to start in almost every dang game. Like that's pretty good to me. So, I mean, if that guy's on our offense, maybe he hasn't done well so far from what everybody says, because I don't really know everything about him. Like I said, I've only done a little bit of research, but just from what I can read, it sounds good. Like the things that they say about these guys and the stats that they have for him, like DJ Glaze sounds good. I think
he was a rookie that took Thayer Munford's spot. Thayer Munford got injured and never got back on the field. So, DJ Glaze, there's a lot of people that have high hopes for him. But the defensive line, when you're going against Max Crosby constantly and some of these younger guys like Jaw Joyner, it's got to make him better. And he had a rough outing last year. He went against, 2 Hall of Famers and a whole bunch of, high caliber Pro Bowl type defensive ends last year. And he held his own pretty good, for being a rookie getting thrown into the fire. So, high expectations for DJ Glaze in his second year. Haven't heard much from him, but, haven't heard any problems or him struggling. But what concerns me is, the guys behind him. And we'll get to the depth chart here in a little bit, but
so
the depth behind him.
I have a question. Now, I was kind of looking at the running guard or right guards, I think it is, like Jackson Power Johnson and Alex Kappa. Like, what is it about those two that they don't know which one they want to use yet? Like, because I've heard you talk about like Lackey Tassie and Jared Huffer. I don't think I've ever actually heard you talk about Jared Huffer. But like with Alex Kappa and Jackson Power Johnson, like why haven't they been able to pick them yet? Like who do they like? What's the?
Alex Kappa's been in the league for a long time. He has experience, but the last 2 years, 2.5 years, he struggled tremendously to do his job. But he's played hurt from what I heard. They play him all over the offensive line.
Yeah.
He's a guy that you can put at pretty much any position if you had to come down to it. And I guess, he's a guy that Spytek, the general manager, had in Tampa Bay, so he knows what he can do.
Oh, he was in Tampa? That's fine.
Yeah, so he brought him in. I think he has ties with Tom Brady also. So, both of these
Okay.
guys know what he could do or what he's done in the past. And I think, they brought him in basically, in my opinion, I think they brought him in to be more like a coach on the field, right? Show these young guys, like Jordan Meredith, who's, not too young, but a guy that's been bounced around, released from the Raiders, signed from the Raiders, released from the Raiders, signed. I don't know
Yeah.
how many times, like 20 times or something. And, and then when he finally got his chance to start, was only like top 5 rated best guard in the NFL last year. So when you have guys like Jordan Meredith, that can play the guard position, I'm not sure why they're trying to move him to center, but I believe in this staff, and if they feel like he's better at the center position and JPJ is better at the right guard, then I'm good with that. But there is, a big chance that maybe JPJ doesn't start and maybe Alex Kappa ends
Yeah.
up, getting the start, or
Get in the
you know,
center.
maybe the guard position, right guard.
Oh,
So,
okay.
guys like Caleb Rogers that they drafted there. I also heard that Charles Grant has been getting, reps over there.
I've
So,
heard you talk about Caleb Rogers,
they're trying to move a lot of guys over there. So
Dylan Parham.
that's what preseason is for. That's why I get pumped up
Just
preseason.
so
Um,
there's
one
one
day
thing I
I'll
actually
be ready
need
for
to
football.
ask you, and it's like a heart attack for me. I heard a little rumor that like people were saying they might trade AOC. Like, please
Well,
don't break my heart right now.
I don't
Don't
know
break my
really
heart.
who I don't know really who's saying it, but
They said it's a possibility.
I started out the show saying that, you know, the last couple of practices and what I've seen, and I know a lot of it has to do with the offensive line, but a lot of it has to do with quarterbacks. You can't, if you see guys coming, you have to feel guys coming, which pause if necessary. You got to hold on to the ball. You got to tuck the ball, try to run, do something. But when you only have less than 2 seconds or exactly 2 seconds to throw the ball, I don't care if you're Tom Brady or Joe Montana. Like it's not enough time to throw a football. So anybody's gonna go down or take a sack, but take the sack, don't lose the ball. So I've seen Max Crosby take the ball away from him out of his hand. I've seen Tyree Wilson come around on a strip sack, which I showed on my live yesterday and the day before. What are you doing? So
Sorry.
it doesn't look good for Aiden O'Connell. And then you got a guy like Cam Miller that has been showing good signs in practice. And you heard Cam Miller speak today. He's been endorsed by Tom Brady, right? Tom Brady was the reason that he's here with the Raiders. Supposedly, that's the rumor, right? Tom Brady was the guy that said, go get this guy Cam Miller. So he's won a lot. All he's done is win. Just win, baby, win. And he has experience. He's played in a lot of championship games, and yes, it was Division I football. Um, but it doesn't matter, right? Winning's winning, and when you have that winning mentality. But when I heard him speak today, he said a lot of things, that impressed me. He was very wise. Uh, Not to mention, when you're intelligent, when you say the right things at a young age like that, and he spoke on something, he said that, he's the kind of guy that gets in a rhythm. So if he gets more than a couple plays in a row, he gets hot. And if that happens in preseason, with the second or third string offensive line, and Aiden O'Connell's out there with the ones and struggles, it doesn't look good for him.
I'm worried. Like, if they get rid of Aiden, to me, he'll never get his chance as a Raider. That makes me sad. Like,
I
that's
mean,
my whole dream
got his
was. I
chance.
mean,
He got to
obviously,
play
I'm not
games,
trying.
and
I'm just saying, like, I'm not trying to like get Geno hurt, or anything like that. But I'm just saying they should, like, he do so well in the preseason game. They're like, sorry, Geno, Aiden gets the start. That'd be great. Wishful thinking.
$15 for a beer. Holy shit!
What? Where are you at? Oh, Raider
Shane said
Stadium
at
or
the
what?
Eagles.
Oh.
Meredith is undersized. That's why they're moving him to center. Yeah, I get it, but he held his own last year, man. Like I said, PFF graded over at 80. Not very good in the run game. And maybe he's better. Maybe he's better at center, double teaming guys. After he hikes the ball again, pause if necessary. So, whatever this coaching staff thinks, man.
Sorry
But
for cutting into that. I just had to ask about Aiden.
again, I don't see Aiden getting cut. That's not going to happen. But I do see, maybe somebody comes in and says, "Hey, we need a backup, or we need a guy to compete for the backup job because we're not satisfied with the backup we have." And Aiden O'Connell looked impressive. Some of his stats and some of his numbers for the games he's played as a fourth round pick are pretty impressive. If you're looking at it that way, yes, he needs work, and everybody does, man. Especially a fourth round pick, you're gonna need work, but that's what preseason's for. But I believe in Aiden O'Connell, and he's going to come out there and kill it like he did in the preseason as a rookie. Just dominated the 49ers and the Rams that season. Ended up taking Jimmy Garoppolo's job. But, there could be a scenario. They've traded a lot of people, right? They got rid of Jacorian Bennett. They traded him for a defensive end. They might be moving on from some of these guys that were here last year and the year before. As soon as some of these cuts roll around very, very soon, some of the guys that were drafted last year, it just depends. It just depends. And right now, it doesn't look like he fits the mold, right? He's like, a needle in a hay, or, he's like a sore thumb. He's just standing out there. He's getting better at his mobility. But when you're fumbling the ball and in front of, all the people at Allegiant Stadium in the scrimmage game, which, yeah, I know Max Crosby and yeah, I know Thayer Mumford looked horrible, but it's the point. You gotta have awareness and hold on to the ball. So, that could end up hurting him. It can end up hurting him. But I know we heard Pete Carroll believe in him, talked him up, gassed him up, but he also said a lot of good things about Jacorian Bennett. So, you never know. You never know in this day and age. They might feel like they need that roster spot and are, need other positions, and he might, possibly be a trade candidate. We don't know.
So is that why, like, I was looking up, who is this? Jordan Meredith, and like they traded him and they signed him and then let him go and signed him and let him go. Why do they do that? Like, why don't they just keep the person?
Because during the season, if you bring a guy up because somebody was injured, from a game or two from the practice squad, you have to release him. You can't just send him back to the practice squad. He's already up to the roster, so you have to release him, let him go through waivers, and then if nobody picks him up, then you can bring him back.
So what do you mean go through waivers?
Squad, which the Raiders do a lot. It's the waiver wire. It's where every player goes that gets cut. It goes through from the worst teams to the best teams, and each team has a chance to claim him off the waiver wire, bring him in, for a visit, try him out.
Okay, so it's where they can put players for people to go and look like, okay, I want that player, I want this player, I want that player, like coaches.
Yeah, to
pick their next players to sign or whatever for draft.
Yeah.
Like not drafting, but just
kind of like window shopping, I guess.
A little bit, yeah. That's what I mean. Like they're like, oh look, there's a bunch of different players right here. Who do we want to pick? Your hat is tripping me. Your hat is tripping me.
I know, it's wild, right?
It's great. It's all see through.
But yeah, man, somebody mentioned Zamir. You talking about Zamir?
I was talking about Jordan Meredith.
Zamir White has been talked about a little bit from Pete Carroll and Chip Kelly. There's a lot of people that I follow on X, and some people that were at a couple practices that said, Zamir looks like Pete Carroll said, like the hammer out there. He looks like he's one of those guys, that can actually get a lot of play time. He looks a little bit lighter, lost a lot of weight, looks a little bit faster, but he's still, the thicker, stronger back out there. And like I said, we'll go through the depth chart here in a minute.
The link is on my bio and my website.
Raiders. Shout out to XPUD X15. Shout out to One Real OG. Shout out to everybody in the building, man.
I'm not banning anybody, bro. Who the fuck is banning anybody? I'm sitting here reading the depth chart. Who's banning girls from the chat? What is he talking about? Hat squid. What the hell? Oh, look, it's a troll talking shit. I'm like sitting here reading the depth chart, bro, on the offense. I'm like, oh, look, Zamir White, Raheem Mostert. What?
You should be, yeah, right. You
Monsters?
should be reading
I'm
the
like,
depth chart.
that's
Like,
what I'm saying. I'm sitting
that's
here
what
reading
we're
the depth
talking
chart.
about.
Who's sitting there freaking? Oh, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, who's? I went and read the chat, and I'm like, who's banning what?
Just ready for some Raider fucking football.
Tomorrow.
Aren't we
And
all?
aren't you streaming it, Rebel, on your Discord tomorrow for members? For members.
Yeah, for members, if you're a member to the channel, you can
Y'all
pull
better
up to the
become a
Discord.
member.
The Discord is in the members community page link. Pull up. Shout out with your boy. If nobody's in there, I'm probably gonna be watching it on the couch. You know.
So XPUD,
doing
you
my
have to
thing with
put
the-
you have to
with
put
the
the.
BLNG.
You can't just go to OF and search that name. It's not going to help you. That's what I was trying to say. You actually have to put OF.com, like the actual link, like the hyperlink, HTTPS onlyfans.com.
This is a kids show. This is
I'm
a
just saying,
family
they're sitting there
channel.
asking that. And then
This
you
is a
put
family channel.
/ Kandie Angel. There you go. Hope you can spell it right. Copy and paste what Junior wrote.
All her links are in the description. All her
Yeah.
links in the description. KandieAngel.com has everything you need to know,
Yes.
everything you need to see. It's got
Thank you.
free pictures, got bot pictures, got merch.
I got store
got
merch.
some of my merch. Got
Yep.
got everything. Got anything you could think of over there. So
We got
Go
all
check
kinds
it
of
out.
stuff.
go
There's
check it out.
blogs.
KandieAngel.com.
Sweet, my internet might be better in a little bit. He's getting me a hardwire Ethernet.
Paste it in the chat. You can type it in the chat on your phone and paste it. But yeah, so let's move on, man. Let's move on. Now that we repped everybody's links, the next question is: we talked about quarterbacks, we talked about offensive line, we talked a little bit about the running backs. We'll go over that
Vikings are
more.
better, please.
We'll go over the running back more.
No, we're
And-
not, Junior. Sorry.
Junior.
Aisha, you
don't
can
know what
go to
you're
my.
talking about.
You can click on that
I
link.
have no idea what you're talking about.
Hey, Rebel, pin this link in the chat. Go pin Tatted Raiderettes link. That's my other channel.
I don't have my phone next to me, and I don't think
Oh.
it'll let me do it on here.
It won't. It won't let me do it. You'll have to do it, sir.
Nope. All I can do is put you in timeout.
Oh. I'm like, don't set me out.
I can block you on YouTube.
What the fuck? Don't do that. You already did that once on accident.
I can block you on YouTube. I can put you in the chat. But yeah, man. So, we talked a little bit about everything. Why is this?
Sorry, Roller is like hooking up the internet. I'll turn my camera off if you want for a minute.
No, you're fine, man. It seems fine. I don't know what the problem is.
He always walks around with no shirt on.
No, but the defensive backs, have a little bit of question, right? They let Jacorian Bennett go, who was a lockdown corner for the Raiders when he was healthy. Struggled a little bit his rookie year, but I think everybody kind of struggled that year. Not named Jack Jones. The Raiders kind of dodged a bullet. I heard Nate Hobbs has a pretty significant injury. So, paying them all that money, the Raiders might have dodged a bullet. Might have dodged a bullet with not getting Matthew Stafford. Seems like we dodged a lot of bullets. But I know you don't know much about the Raiders and you're learning, but do you feel they need some more veteran leadership in the secondary, which corner, slot safety?
I would say when it comes down to it, I think they just need to pay attention and all learn to work together. I think the ones that are young that are coming in, they might be a little cocky from college, being like, "Hey, I just got drafted. I'm new. I'm the best because they picked me." And I don't know. Like I said, I don't know how players come out. I know the one I have been paying attention to, like Brock Bowers. He seems pretty humble. He's pretty he's good. He's a machine. Like he's huge. So I think guys like him that come out from college and still play as good as he did just to get picked. I think that shows if there's more guys like him, then no, they don't need leadership. But because he is a leader, he comes out and he's become a leader. Even though he's a rookie, he came out and he started playing like he was a senior or whatever, or not senior, but like he's been there for a little while. And I think a lot of other players could take his example from it and take him as an example and learn from that. Like, hey, this guy's playing his best even out of college. Because I've seen like a couple people like Ruggs, he got picked, and then he was like, sweet, let's go drink, let's drive, let's do this stupid shit, because he thought, oh, I'm good. But, Dylan Labe, or not Dylan Labe, Brock Bowers, AOC, like those guys came out and they're like, we want to keep this position. We want our job. So they showed better progress and they kept working. So if there's guys that are more like AOC wanting to, do better, more like Brock Bowers wanting to do better, more like Aston Genty wanting to do better and trying to do their best, like reading the whole manual and finding the money at the end and little things like that. Like, I think, if more guys were like that, then no, they don't need leadership because they want to be leaders. But if there's more guys coming out there not putting all their work in and feeling like, okay, I could slack off, I was picked, then yeah, they're going to need leaders. You know what I mean? It all depends on how they play. And I don't know much about all the players. I don't know names other than what you've said, and I couldn't put a name to a face on most of them unless I go and look, because there's a lot I don't know. I'm trying to just learn football itself so I understand it when I do watch it. And so, but the few names that I've heard you talk about, I went and kind of read about him today. And Brock Bowers is he's a beast, bro. Like, that kid's a beast. He's big, but he's fast. And most people that are big aren't fast. And most people that are fast aren't big. So the safeties can't catch him. All the tackles can't get him. And he's showing really good progress in his career.
Yeah, he's an absolute monster and a freak of nature. There's nobody like Brock Bowers. Nobody ever going to be like Brock Bowers, probably. No, there's some good guys coming out of college that, they're breeding kids differently nowadays. And these guys are hybrids. They're big, strong, fast, could probably play, 20 different positions. Like, they're just built different. And Brock Bowers is built different. He's a quiet, humble kid. You can see he comes from a great background. Has a great work ethic, solid work ethic. Everybody brags about his leadership already since, as soon as he came in the building. And I think the Raiders, it's not just Brock Bowers. They continue to draft guys like that. JPJ working out every day with Max Crosby. Jordan Meredith,
that's awesome.
Being in the building. Aiden O'Connell, always talked about being the first one in, last one to leave. Geno Smith now, being the first one in the building, taking leadership role. Not only on offense, but helping the defensive backs. Like, hey, this is what you should have done here. This is what you should have seen here. So I think Geno's leadership on the field, it's not only going to help the receivers, right? But it's going to help the whole entire team, offensive linemen, the running backs, the defensive backs, because he's out there coaching up everybody from what I've seen. So
well, I think with having Pete Carroll as their coach, like I said, with AP, they seen him more like a friend, and with Pete Carroll, they see him more like somebody they respect and want to work hard for.
Right.
Sorry.
So defensive line. We talked a little bit about it, but we got guys like JJ Pegues. You got guys like Tank Booker. You got guys like Thomas, Thomas Howard or Thomas Booker they just brought in. There's a lot of questions on this defensive line, and if you can't stop double teams, if you can't stop Max Crosby from getting double teamed, if you can't stop Malcolm Koonce from getting double teamed, I think it's going to be a problem for our defensive backs. It's going to be a problem for our linebackers in coverage. How you feel about the defensive line?
I don't know at the moment. I just died. So as far as Max Crosby, he's always going to be a beast. I've heard you talk a lot about Jonah Lalu. Malcolm Koonce, I think those guys, just from what you've said, like, I haven't looked into them. I kind of just started getting through the offensive line and then did a bunch of shit today, so I didn't really get to. But I've heard you talk about Adam Butler, who else was it? JJ Pegues. I've heard you talk about a few of them. And, from what you've said, it seems like they're going to be a good defensive line. I think we're more worried this year about the offensive line than anything. Because that's what everybody that I've heard talk about it in chats and stuff like that, they've just said that we need a better offensive line. So I'm hoping that is starting to be better. But I think our defensive line is pretty good for the most part. I think we're pretty good at taking people out. I think, with everybody, like you said, Max Crosby and JBJ and all of them have been working out and trying to be their best self. So I think, the more they progress, the more they push themselves, I think they're going to do their best. I think they're going to try and show, who they are this year, because it seems like they're all working together better instead of kind of just everywhere all over the place. And like, I know last year when AP was the coach, like they kind of seemed like they were all over the place, all over the field. Like they didn't, to me, like somebody not knowing about football and looking at it and being like, yay, the Raiders are winning, but I have no clue what's going on. It seems like they were kind of like me, like, what's going on? What's going on all over the field? Like they had no direction. And so I think, this year, just from the little bit of tapes I've seen, I haven't really watched which players playing, but I watched some of the practices, and it seems like the defensive line has it pretty good this year.
Yeah, Patrick Graham going into his 4th year. What are we going to see from Patrick Graham, right? Patrick Graham's had, like I said, coached this defense for the last, going on his 4th year. Players like Max Crosby, defensive line coach Robbie Leonard, these guys have been together for 4 years. Robbie Leonard's going to be the run defensive coordinator, so that's going to be big. I think that's going to change a lot of things, but we still got to see these young guys produce like the guys we mentioned before. And we'll go over the roster. There's been a lot of changes, a lot of mix-ups, so stay tuned. We'll get in that here in a bit, but watch out.
I was going to say, I've heard you talk about Jonah Lalu a lot.
Yeah, I've been talking, that's my Vegas boy. I got to rep my Vegas boys, my Arkansas boys, the most. That's what I do. I'm from Cali, born in Cali, but, I spent most of my life in Vegas and a whole lot of time in Arkansas. So,
so what do you think of Jermaine Pratt?
From what I hear, Jermaine Pratt is, and we'll see on the roster again. I keep saying that, but Jermaine Pratt is a guy that's been to a Super Bowl. He's a guy that took a Super Bowl away from the Raiders. He's a guy.
Well, because he's on our what is the OLB again? What did you call it? I can't remember.
Outside linebacker.
Yeah, outside linebacker.
He's going to be one of those guys that's going to be like a green dot, which is the captain. The captain, the leader of the team out there.
I was going to say, because I heard you talk a lot about Amari Gaynor, but they have him in 3rd and Jermaine Pratt in 1st. So
we'll go over that roster in a bit. I think they have him at 4th right now. So Amari Gaynor slipping back in the roster, which could be could be bad. And maybe I thought they would mix it up with a little bit of veteran leadership and then bring some of these young guys behind them, but it doesn't seem that way. It seems like maybe only 1 or 2 of these young guys make it, and some might be on the practice squad, and somebody else is going to pick them up. So that's not good for us.
Not at all. We already freaking lost to Corey and Bennett. But so this is one thing I want to say. The guy, what was it? Tommy Booker, is that his name? I think the guy that they got instead of yes, everybody loved Ja'Cory Bennett, and again, I wasn't really paying attention to who. His stats or anything, so I don't know how good Ja'Cory Bennett was. I don't know really what we lost with the stats. But
I'm a Chargers fan. My name ain't Hero, bro. I don't go in Raider, Hero, Hood, ACA, whatever the hell your name is. I don't go in other people's chats. You'll never see me in a Chargers chat unless they're dropping some info that I probably need for my channel. But other than that, bro, you're not gonna see me trolling in the Chargers chat, Kansas City, or the Broncos. So, bro, don't insult me on my own.
Oh yeah, shit, bro. About the new guy, Tommy Booker, the one that they.
Where's my mods at? Somebody boot him. No, I'm just kidding.
No, time him out. Are you listening?
Put him in a corner. Do something.
Right, you grounded, Junior. No, so
I'm
your mod, but I'm on the channel. So I'm your mod.
Man. You got no mods in here taking care of me, watching my back. What the hell?
I'm on the channel. No, so the one thing I wanted to say, though, even though we got rid of Ja'Cory Bennett, like I said, I don't know his stats. I don't know how good Ja'Cory Bennett was. You seemed really sad when we lost him. I see it as
sad. I was angry.
No. So this is the thing I want to say. For one, I'm all about numbers and signs. And Thomas Booker, or whatever, his birthday is 11/11. That's a good sign. Okay. And then not just that, like, there's just like the thing for one, he's already won a Super Bowl. Even though it doesn't matter the team he was on, he still went to the Super Bowl. He still won over the Chiefs, bro. Just saying. Just saying. It could be a good sign. We might be like, he might be a secret weapon that we just got. Take it as a thing. Make a wish on that 11-11 and just fucking pray to God. Just saying.
Geo Max Raiders. You know, we'll go over that roster here in a minute. But there's a lot of guys on this roster that I thought were gonna help this team. We're gonna push, a little bit harder. And like always, somebody always from this team goes somewhere else that they miss on. And I just don't want it to be us missing on some of these young talents because we're trying to bring back the Legion of Doom and Legion of Boom, whatever it was, and have a bunch of these old vets in here, like nothing. I'm not saying Jamal Adams is old, but 27, 28-year-old guys, Devin Booker, 32-year-old Jermaine Pratt. There's a lot of. We went from the youngest team in the NFL the last 2 years, are the top 3 or 4 youngest team in the NFL, to getting a bunch of middle age, not middle age, but for the NFL, upper tier guys, right? 31, 32 years old, 27, 28. That's when guys, in the NFL, not a lot of guys make it past there or even make it that far. So you got a lot of older guys in the building. I just don't want to see a lot of these guys that have potential, get shuffled around off the roster. But if it equals wins, then man, it is what it is. Yes. I'm all about the shield, not the players. So, but I know John Spytek has been on, the Broncos. He's been on the Eagles. He's been on the, he's been with the Tampa Bay Bucks. He's seen how stuff goes down, right? He's seen how you draft well. He's seen how you draft guys that nobody are expecting, and you develop them. You spend time with them. You keep them on the roster. But with all the different people we keep bringing in or trading for, it doesn't seem like they're going in that direction, right? When you lose a guy like Jacorian Bennett, and Pete Carroll said it was for a reason. He said he believes in this defensive backfield, and they needed help on the defensive line. So both ways it scares me, knowing that we have supposed to be a pretty solid defensive line. He's saying we need help on, we need to add to. You can only keep 9 or 10 guys, right? 10 guys, probably most. So, when you can only keep 10 guys, you could keep as many as you want on the defensive line, but it takes away from other positions. So, to me, I have a little bit of questions. Never going to happen, Junior. I'll take Kandie.
He's crazy, bro.
You wish, clown boy.
He is crazy. No, like, Junior's been following me since Hawaii. He's crazy. He said he's followed me since 2008. I think he's nuts.
Dude, walking around in clown shoes and shit. Like come on, man.
Seriously. He got that red nose.
Who goes to YouTube to try to hit on people, bro?
Apparently, he's like, oh, I met you in a strip club back in 2008. Okay, yeah. Bro. Which one?
And then he woke up. So,
I'm like, that's funny. If you did, you would have met Roller, too, because he was right there with me every day.
All right. I don't know who that is. Nobody else probably does. Or cares, but let's get into this roster. Can we do it different? There we go. Can y'all see that at all?
Oh my jeez.
It's a little tiny. That's
there we go.
There. It grew a little. You just gotta tickle it. Tickle the noti. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, man, like, subscribe. Go shout out to her channel. Like, subscribe.
Check it out. I'm there every day.
Send some of her subscribers my way.
Right?
I could use them. If I could just get 10% of them, I'd be straight.
Right?
So, shout out, like, subscribe. If you're digging, picking up what we're putting down.
Thank you, Rose.
Show love. Show love to the channel. Memberships are available for both channels. Super chats are available. All that good shit. Show love, like, subscribe if you like what's going on. If not, you don't have to subscribe. You don't have to like, but it helps. It helps both channels grow, and it helps us keep grinding. My guy Rick, you ready for some football, my guy? Are you ready for some football?
Yes.
I don't know what just
Ready
happened
for
to
some
my back.
football. What?
I don't know what happened to my background.
Odd.
Well, whatever I did. Who cares? Who cares about that? So yeah, man, let's get into this roster. The new roster.
Thank you. Support to the nation. The real OG. One real OG. Y'all real OGs. All you that are here, y'all are OGs.
Sub to both. Appreciate you. Appreciate.
I sound like a
you.
hillbilly talking that shit, bro. It's like I lived in Florida too long.
You
This
wish
is
you were a
insane.
hillbilly.
I sound like it living here.
All right. Can we get silence on the chat? No, I'm just kidding.
Like I need to go. Yeah.
So wide receiver. They have listed the new up and improved roster. If you don't already know, now you know. Dante Thornton. Behind him is a very, very, very big surprise, right? And at least for me and a lot of people, nobody really had him.
I'm reading his stats right now. Number 10.
I think nobody really had him pegged to be, the second string receiver behind Dante Thornton. But behind him is Justin Shorter, a guy that last year played tight end.
Dude, bro, he's probably ripped. 205 at 6'5". He's probably cut like a motherfucker.
Yeah, so last year Justin Porter, a guy that played the tight end position because of his height, but he was a former wide receiver, and they've moved him back to wide receiver. Does he make this roster? So far, the answer is yes, right?
I think so.
Third on the depth chart. Then behind him, you got Cedric Jackson, and Katron Jackson Jr. So Cedric Jackson, I keep mixing these Jacksons up. Cedric Jackson, I believe, is Bo Jackson's nephew. Which, if he runs like Bo, sign me up. Sign me up. But I haven't heard much from him in camp. I thought he would be a guy, from what I've seen from him when he was in the Bengals, when he was at Cincinnati Bengals. I thought maybe he'd be a guy that could run, punt returns or kickoff returns, but obviously they have that. We'll get into that in a minute. Next up, left tackle position is Colton Miller. Behind him is Charles Grant and Dalton Wagner, who is third. Is there a battle between Charles Grant and Dalton Wagner? I probably don't think so, and I really don't see them keeping three left tackles. I said before, I predicted probably 9 offensive linemen. But when you really don't know who your right guard is, and JPJ and Alex Kappa are still battling for that position, you have to question the fact, right? You have to question the fact. So Charles Grant, Dalton Wagner could be a battle, could not be a battle. Left guard. It appears that I just clicked the wrong button. Fuck. All right. It appears, one more time, that Dylan Parham, a guy that started in multiple positions. He's played a little center for us. What happened to my camera, bro? I don't like it like this. There we go. He played a little
do the
center.
other one at the bottom. Do the little thing at the bottom. It's all the way to the right.
It's fine. I'm not.
The one all the way to the right.
It's
just do it.
It's bigger like this. They can see.
Oh my god. Okay. I know for us it's smaller. Like we'll be smaller, but the screen will be bigger.
I'm reading it to them if they can't see it. All right.
Okay,
Got
fine.
it. All right. So next up, Dylan Parham. A guy that played guard for us, played center for us, played left and right guard. Got a little injured last year. Was a very solid in the run game and the passing game. A lot of people say, he's just a little bit light to be that anchor at guard to lock down that position. But I think Chip Kelly and, and Pete Carroll they like, and Brandon Carroll. I believe they like, his quickness, right? He's a guy that can move around. There we go. He's a guy that can move around pretty quick. He can get out, pull. Um,
Excuse me 1 second. I'll be right back.
so yeah, so he is one. What the hell happened there? Let's do this. Let me know when you're back. So he has won the battle, and now I have a line in my face. Damn it, some beach. All right, let me try this one. No, this one. Come back. All right. So yeah, man. Here we go. Dylan Parham has won the battle so far. We will see him getting the start at left guard. Behind him is the rookie drafted in the 3rd round that they have a lot of hopes in. A lot of Raider fans, including me, believe that he's going to end up starting at right guard. But they put him at right guard for a little bit against Alex Kappa, and they weren't really impressed. Or were they really not impressed with the battle that they had going on to the left guard? Because they had Dylan Parham at the left guard battling with Jordan Meredith and Thayer Munford at one time. All 3 of those guys were competing for that position. They ended up going with Thayer Munford, and it looks like or they ended up going with Dylan Parham, and it looks like Dylan Parham's going to get the start. Behind him is I don't even know how to spell dude's name, and I still can't pronounce it. Nobody pronounces it right, but get a ball Adizi, which is a big guy, a big guy. They brought in Antonio Maffa. He is 4th string on the depth chart at center. It's basically between Jordan Meredith and Will Putnam. Yes, they do not have Jackson Powers Johnson listed as the backup center. They have Will Putnam. So if something happens to Jordan Meredith, it seems to me, unless something changes, which the roster is going to change a lot. From what I hear, there's some other moves going to happen very, very soon. And y'all are going to be very surprised. Very, very surprised, I'm telling you. If it happens. Jordan Meredith, Will Putnam. At right guard is Jackson Powers Johnson. But they don't have Alex Kappa as the backup. They have Jackson Powers Johnson, JPJ, and they have Alex Kappa. So, there's a question mark there, right? Could Alex Kappa win that job with his, veteran leadership, with his experience? I don't know. I've seen JPJ struggle just a little bit against Tyree Wilson. A lot of people say, Tyree Wilson is slow. Tyree Wilson needs a faster get off. He needs, a lot more moves in his tool belt. He needs better hands. He needs better bend to play the outside edge position. But he was giving Jackson Powers Johnson some fits. Next we have Jared Mufford. Jared Mufford right now is 2nd because we don't know JPJ or Kappa, right? Is 2nd, and then Lackey Tassie. So Lackey Tassie is still at the right guard position. A guy that if he ever, comes to and gets down the speed, the penalties, and I think that's the biggest thing right now with him. From what I hear, is it's just getting him not to hold, right? He's so used to rugby thing, and how that goes, how they play over there. Let me pull her back up. Welcome back.
Hi.
So, they're so used to how everything goes over there. And we're just going through the roster. So, Lackey Tassie, again, if he gets it down to where he's not creating penalties, this could be the future, man. This could be the future of the Raiders. This man is a mammoth, dude. 6'8", 340 pounds. That moves like he shouldn't move, right? He moves like he's 270 and 6'4". Great athleticism, ridiculously strong. And like I said, if he puts it together, look out, Jackson Powers Johnson, Alex Kappa, and Jared Mufford, right? All of them could be on the block. Right tackle. We have DJ Glaze. And my biggest question coming into camp right now, let me know in the comments below, who is your biggest question coming into camp? Type his name, type his initials, and his number so I could at least know who you're talking about, because there's a lot of initials that are the same on the Raiders roster. But yeah, so Thayer Munford, man, is a big question for me. I don't know why they have him second. I hope Parker Clement steps up. Maybe they'll give Dalton Wagner a shot on the right side, which I just don't see him doing. I don't know why they constantly have him on the left, because in college he played, for my Hogs, he played on the right side. So it doesn't make sense why they're putting him on the left. Still, the other regime did the same thing. Tight end is a sticky situation, man. We know it's Brock Bowers. We know it's Michael Mayer. But then they have Ian Thomas.
And Albert, how the hell can you say his name?
Albert OK. That's what I'm going with. It's Oki Wagbinman. I don't know. Yeah, I'm going with OK. I'm sorry I butchered your name. Giant dude. Don't come find me at Raider games for butchering your name. But then you also have Quadri Ismail, which a lot of people, say are in the mix. Carter Runyon. I think he was released, wasn't he? Or I don't know. I thought he was released. I could be wrong. But so far, man, we still have 6 tight ends on the roster. Jacoby Myers, wide receiver 1. Or slot receiver, actually, not wide receiver 1. Jacoby Myers. Alex Bachman is the biggest surprise. Alex Bachman, a guy I didn't think was going to make the roster last year. I thought he was going to end up getting cut, and I really didn't think he'd make the roster this year. But obviously, I think he reminds them of that Julian Edelman guy more than Tommy Mellett. Tommy Mellett. It's not Mellott. I guess it's Mellett. What I found out yesterday. So, Alex Bachman, dude, a guy that is surprising a lot of people. And shout out to Alex Bachman for, from what I hear from the little birdie in my ear, say when they was out there, all Alex Bachman did was make plays. Like, he didn't drop any passes. Nobody was covering him, right? No pass breakups. Like, the dude has just been balling out there. So whether he's with the 1s, the 2s, and the 3s, and I heard yesterday he got some times with the 1s. So shout out to Alex Bachman, man, out there grinding. And like I said, Mallet is 3rd. Trey Tucker, wide receiver 1, slot, however you want to call it, with Jack Beck behind him and Philip Dorsett. And you also have Seth Williams that we brought in and Kawan Baker. I don't know where those guys are going to be. And last but not least, man, Geno Smith, Aiden O'Connell, Cam Miller. How long will that stay? I don't know. Let me know in the comments below. Do you think Cam Miller has a chance of possibly taking over that second quarterback spot just because of his mobility, right? He's a guy like Geno. He's a guy like, that can run. He's already showed in camp running for a couple touchdowns up the middle. Let me know how y'all feel about it. Aiden O'Connell, he's getting better, but he's not Cam Miller or Geno Smith when it comes to mobility, which we should all know that, right? And then running back wise, now this is where it gets interesting because
I ain't giving you my opinion. Oh, wow.
Everybody, I don't know. Everybody thought that Ashton Jeanty was. Everybody knows Ashton Jeanty is going to be the number 1 running back. He's the guy. He's going to get the bulk of the carries. They're going to feed him constantly, not only in the running game but in the passing game. This man is a dog out there, and a lot of people forget that in 2023, when he was, not the full-time running back, he still had 1,800 and something yards. And he also had over 500 yards catching and led all of college football running backs receiving that year. So for all the people that say Ashton Jeanty can't catch, he has no wiggle, man, you got to do better. You got to do better. But the biggest question and the biggest point of all is Zamir White is first above Raheem Mostert. Now, is it above? Is it not above? They have them all three listed as the backup running back. Who is the third? It's not Sincere McCormick, and it's not my guy Dylan Labe. And I
Whoa.
just my camera. Okay.
Use the other camera, Rebel.
I don't know what the hell happened here. So yes, it's not the guys you think. It's not Sincere McCormick. It is not Dylan Labe. Let me know in the chat if you know who it is. Come on, man. Y'all are not participating. It is Chris Collier. A big surprise that a lot of people.
I knew it was Chris Collier. I thought you were waiting for me to.
I know, because you're looking at the roster. You're cheating.
I was looking. Oh, well, I'm trying to learn. I was like, oh, it's Chris Collier.
Yeah, it's a guy, Chris Collier, who's been making a little bit of noise in camps, been, impressing some people with his footwork, his quickness,
number 35,
his agility, his strength. And Sincere McCormick has not looked good in pass blocking. And if you can't pass block, man, you are not going to make it in the NFL.
When you go to his stats, his recent games, those are the ones he's played against, right? The Chargers, the Saints, the Jaguars, the Broncos, all those?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Because at first I was like, is that the places he's played? Oh, so he's been in the Ravens and the Raiders?
Yes.
Okay. He didn't have a very good stat at the Ravens. He didn't get any, he didn't play very long there? Did he get hurt?
I don't know. Are you done?
Yeah, sorry.
No. Are you just asking me questions?
Well, I'm asking. Well, this is how I'm learning. This is what I'm asking. These are the things I need to know. Those are the things I don't understand. If it doesn't work, use your other camera.
Yeah, man, I don't know why this shit keeps doing it. We ain't been on no 3 hours. It wasn't on today. This camera just does what it wants to whenever
You've been
it
on
wants
for an
to.
hour and 20. Not even.
It's ridiculous. So yeah, they
Hour
have
and 10
Zamir
minutes.
White. They have Zamir White listed as the backup running back. They have Raheem Mostert, a guy they brought in that most people, just assumed that Raheem Mostert was going to be the second running back. But Zamir White has been looking so good in camp that they moved him up from the fourth running back, which he was 3 weeks ago when we went over the roster on Raiders Unleashed. Like, subscribe, follow, tickle the notification buttons to be notified when we go live. Also, shout out to our sponsors, Doobie, Dubby, and no, I'm just kidding.
That's funny. Debbie Energy Drinks. He's gonna be work for soon. No,
I don't know. So Zamir White, Raheem Mostert, and Chris Collier are all battling for that second spot. A spot that, like I said, a lot of people assume that was already in the bag for Raheem Mostert is not. And then behind them, which puts them fifth and sixth, is Sincere McCormick and Dylan Labe listed, on top of each other, as y'all can see, maybe not see. I don't know what you can see.
We can see everything but your face.
Well, I know you can't see my face.
Just change the camera. Use the other one.
What do you think about this roster? Do you see anybody moving? Is there anybody don't know that you think might take a spot?
I think I've heard you talk. I've heard you talk about Tommy Merlot a lot. Or wait, Mel. What is it now? Now you said it.
Tommy Mellett.
Mellett. Okay.
Not Mullet. Not Mullet. Mellett.
Mellett. I've heard you talk about that guy a lot. Do you think he would overtake Alex Beckham's place in second? And then Cam Miller. Well, I think you keep saying Cam Miller's doing well, so I'm kind of worried about him with Aiden O'Connell. That kind of scares me. So he might take his place. Cam Miller might take Aiden O'Connell's place in second. So, okay, question. If we decide to trade Aiden O'Connell, who do you think that we would trade for?
I don't think they're going to trade Aiden O'Connell.
If they decided to get rid of him and break my heart,
I don't think that's
who do you think they would trade for?
I mean, I don't know who they trade for. Obviously, they felt like they needed, players at defensive back. Fucking camera's
Okay,
pissing me
you
off.
said who might change. I think Dylan Labe might end up getting into second because Dylan Labe is pretty good. I've seen some of his stuff.
Yeah, well, right now he's at the bottom of the depth chart.
I know, but
They had him at projected to be a kick returner or punt returner, but it's not looking good for Dylan Labe. Forgive my camera, y'all. I don't know what the hell I'm setting up the other one. I'm gonna go back to this old one and see what the.
the old one wasn't bad.
Um.
It'll be like mine.
So you're told. But yeah, man, there's a lot of people that were, when people did their roster predictions. Projections. I don't know what a projection is, but
I think you're gonna say projection and prediction at the same time.
same time, I guess.
It's a new word. Rebel makes up words now.
Yeah, follow along.
Projection.
I mean, half of
Maybe
half of
that's
this
a new stoner language.
half of this new culture language is all
Oh my
made up
God,
words
right?
anyway. So
Right, might as well make up our own.
might as well make up my own also.
Right.
Okay,
Now you got to go to your settings.
So this is not a camera issue. This is
No.
a full-on issue because I just plugged in 3 different cameras, and
Okay, now go into the settings.
unless this
And
bitch
your
is
little
closed,
thing. No, you
hold
might
on.
be closing. You might be covering the camera with your other new little camera.
It's not doing that. That's for
Okay, then go down to the bottom where it says camera and click on the little arrow.
sure. Oh my god, I don't need.
And then it'll give you the options of the cameras to use.
I did. I changed it to that one. Thank you. It is not working.
Okay.
I do not know. It is something with this stupid ass Streamlabs, bro. Like,
That's weird because it's never done that with me.
so let's just do this.
Okay. Interesting. Hooked on phonics works for me, right? For Bo.
Right? Works, I mean, works
Reading
for a lot of people.
Rainbow.
Works for a lot of people.
Apparently it didn't work for Rebel. Oh, that's great for Bo. Oh, great. Dude, this
Right.
chair is so
So,
uncomfortable. I need a new
absolutely
chair.
none of these
My back
cameras
is
are
killing me.
working. Great.
I'm buying the NFL package this year. Damn, Skippy. Oh my God. I did it last year and the year before. That should cost me like $800 a year, bro. Between the football package and YouTube TV itself, it wasn't worth it. It was way too expensive.
Well, not when you're 4-13. I mean, when you're 4-13,
That's what I'm saying. Like,
it's hard to be worth the football package. But I don't see
Right.
the Raiders being that bad this year. I see them turning this team around. Shout out to everybody in the building. Shout out to all the comments. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. There's so many people in here that if you really want your comments read, you're gonna have to. I don't know.
do not throw a hashtag.
But do not hashtag. She says, I guess. Do not hashtag.
Well, no, I read if you do too many
If you put the-
hashtags,
if
they
you
start
put the
to
little-
YouTube will spam you.
If
So
you put the
put
little
emojis.
green,
Yeah.
if you put the little green tree emoji, and then type your comment, I will see it and know you guys aren't just talking to each other, and I will try to read it.
It was like.
Like I couldn't remember a phone number. I can't remember anybody's phone
Yeah,
number.
like he doesn't.
Like, what do you mean? Like looking like that's shit. That's
He's all, that is
legit right there.
the
What you talking
facts.
about? Hey, that's a legitimate statement.
Oh,
That's a
Rebel.
legitimate
Maybe
statement.
go to restream. Maybe there's some sort of setting or something. Maybe you can keep the. Oh, so you know what you could do? Remember, if you don't hit leave, you can leave the stream and then come back as long as you don't hit leave. Like click back on the window. You can even refresh your whole go
Yeah.
click and then you'll be able to bring back your camera possibly.
I mean,
I don't know.
it doesn't matter. They didn't come to see me anyways.
Shut up, really, dude. All these are your fans, bro. I don't see any of my trolls in here. Let's be real. There ain't no trolls in here
Hey,
other than
let's try this
Junior.
camera one more time. No, I'm gonna try this. I'll be back. Oh, I can't go back unless I leave.
No, if you don't click the button leave, it's not going to
Well,
end live. Well, if it does end the live, you can always restart it.
No.
We can just restart it and keep going.
Leave.
We'll come back. It'll reset the algorithm anyway. I'll come back and finish doing a live with you. You can like play some footage and I'll twerk for a touchdown or something. No, I'm just kidding.
Good Lord, no.
I'm just playing. I'm just playing. Oh, that's funny.
This is a professional YouTube channel. We do not do these things here. Hold on, give me 1 second. One second.
You took me off though.
I don't like that one. I don't like that one. I'm trying to. All right, go. Tell everybody about yourself.
Oh, geez. Okay, so I'm rebranding, guys. Go check out my website. I just made a bunch of merch. Rebel has made a bunch of merch. We've been putting it on the page. Go check it out. KandieAngel.com / just go to KandieAngel.com. You can check out the blogs that I write. You can check out what else do I do? I'm a little stoned, don't mind me. I took a couple too many dabs.
The books you write.
I know, but that's all in the store. Okay, so there's the blogs. That's one page. Then there is my modeling portfolios. That's another page. The About Me page. That's another page. The front page, you can just scroll down and kind of get to all of it. So you can just kind of scroll down and get to all of it. I'm a little stoned. I apologize. But I was trying to learn Raider shit and understand stats, and stats to me are like, so I had to get really stoned to read some stats and not fall asleep. I'd rather watch a game than read the stats about the players. So I got really stoned today and then designed a couple t-shirts, and I've been making some new I've been making like I read your guys' comments and make me laugh so much. I've been making t-shirts, phone cases. Rebel made some t-shirts, a hoodie. What else? You gotta go to the damn store. Just go to the store, okay? Just go to the store.
Why are you up here looking like a damn crackhead and shit?
I can't remember it.
I put you on live and you're
a
fucking
stoner. I was talking about
junkie shit over here. What the fuck's wrong
What
with
the
you?
fuck are you talking about? Junkie anything, bro. I'm a stoner.
Damn.
Okay.
Kill the show. This is a family channel. What the fuck is wrong with you?
You are dumb. You must be talking about your mama.
Oh, okay.
Shit, yeah. Don't be talking shit, bro.
My camera back yet.
No, I was talking about the store where the merch is. Where your merch is, sir. KandieAngel.com. I already fucking said that. Talk about a channel.
But you changed your links. What was your other shit?
No, it's still KandieAngel.com.
What else
KandieAngel.com. KandieAngel.com. You can go to that website. I have a page on there. I have a page on there. You click the menu button and you can go to all the other pages. The blogs page, the store page, the links page, the booking page if you want to book a chat with me. So, yeah. Jeez.
Well, there you have it. There y'all know where to find her. Most of y'all in here probably know where to find her. But
I have rebranded everything.
This roster, what do you think about this roster, man? What do you think about the roster?
Like I said, as far as the roster, I think that I didn't learn
anybody on this roster that you thought, damn, I really thought this guy was gonna start or make the team, or
I didn't know that Dylan Labe was all the way in last. That kind of tripped me out. I didn't see that earlier when I was looking it up, but that kind of tripped me out because I thought that Dylan Labe was pretty good last year compared to a lot of others. But so that kind of surprised me a bit. As far as I've heard you mention something about Michael Barrett before, but I don't really remember. Oh, so the Tonka Hemingway dude. I understand that Malcolm Kuntz is obviously, like you've talked about Malcolm Kuntz multiple times. I've only heard you talk about Charles Snowden once, but why is Tonka Hemingway all the way in third? Because I thought he seemed like he was doing pretty good when they drafted him.
I don't know. It seems like a lot of these offensive linemen are struggling.
And Amari Gaynor, yeah.
Amari Gaynor falling down the depth chart. We'll get to the defensive
Cody
side.
Lindenberg.
Here in a minute. Or we might just end this live stream because this shitty ass stream.
You can't get the... do you want to restart it?
Ridiculous, bro.
We can restart it.
I'll be back.
All right. He'll be right back, guys. Can you guys still see me? Are you guys able to still see me? I can't tell. I do not know. Hello. I'm like, can they see me? Can they see me?
All right, let's try this again, man. I don't know. This is really, really, really pissing me off.
It should work since you came back. Let's hope that it works.
Back? Am I not back? My mic is muted. Your mic is muted.
You have it on the wrong screen. It's only on me.
I know.
Oh, yay, you're back.
I don't get it.
Guess
sure
who's
it's
back? Back again.
Stupid ass camera shit.
Rebel's
Bro.
back.
So it's not my camera. I figured that out. It is
So your
something to do
friends.
with Restream that just automatically cuts me off whenever it wants to cut me off. Because as soon as I clicked off and came right back, my camera was working just fine, but it was totally black.
That's
so,
weird.
I apologize. Like, it's not my equipment. It's
So maybe
it's
their
on
servers
their
are
end.
having issues. We should
So,
just
I don't know
email
what
their
it is,
server people.
that is
Do call
bullshit.
customer support. Screenshot it next time. Next time it does that, screenshot it and then customer support. That's what you do.
So defensive wise, man, I'm not gonna pull it up because y'all can't see everything. I don't know if y'all can see it or not. If you want me to pull it up so you can see it, comment in the chat. Pull it up. I mean, if not, cool. Max Crosby, defensive end. Tyree Wilson is behind
30,
him.
30.
Jaw Joyner is behind him. Jafari Harvey is behind him in the 4th position. At defensive tackle, we have my guy, Jonah Lalu, Vegas boy, repping your city. Shout out to Jonah Lalu. Behind him is Zach Carter, which is very, very surprising because I said
I was going to say,
JJ
you've been
Pegues,
talking about JJ
and
Pegues.
I said JJ Pegues, and also, I thought Tonka Hemingway would make this team, but something very peculiar. I'll get to that in a minute. And I don't know if he's just listed like that because they have too many bodies at the position. But let me know in the chat what you think. I can't think of another losing season. Oh, I can't take another losing season. Every year we get hyped up, and then nothing.
Right?
I mean, I feel you, man. I feel you. Shout out for the comment. Welcome to the chat. Probably never. I don't think I ever seen you in here before. So,
Thanks
yeah,
for
man.
joining.
I feel you. And I'll talk on that comment here in a minute. But, all right. I mean, I feel you. But we haven't had leadership like we've had in a long time, right? We haven't had a guy like Pete Carroll who has a recipe, like I talked about, right? A guy like Chip Kelly who's won a Super Bowl as a head coach. He's also dominated as an offensive coordinator with Ohio State. He was good as a head coach in Oregon, right? So the man has been good as a head coach, but he's a better offensive coordinator, right? It's less pressure on him, less work he has to do, less he has to think about, and he could just come up with ways to cook defenses, right? So I think it's different. I think it's different this year. So I know everybody buys in, everybody drinks the Kool-Aid every year, but I hope to God it's different. And if you look at this roster, it just feels different.
So,
Shit's
how do you
different
say this
year.
guy? Trayvon
True.
Mae?
Trayvon
No.
Moehrig, he
This
is
guy,
gone.
Mae.
Trevon
Yeah,
May. I think it's
Mae.
Mae. Trevon
Mae.
Mae is a guy that I said is going to make this team probably on the practice squad, but man, he keeps falling farther on the depth chart too.
Lonnie Johnson
So,
too. You
let's
were
talk
talking about
about,
Lonnie Johnson like not too long ago, and Trey Taylor, and they're going backwards.
Lonnie Johnson got hurt. He broke his
Oh,
fibula, so
okay.
he's probably out more than likely for the season.
Ouch.
Get well, Lonnie Johnson. Shout out to him. But Jonah Lalu, Zach Carter. I don't know if I went over that. JJ Pegues is behind Zach Carter. So not a lot of people had Zach Carter as the backup or, to even make this roster. But I said before, he showed a lot of signs last year that he could get to the quarterback, that he could stop the run. Go out in coverage, I think 1 or 2 plays that, he was covering, running backs out of the backfield. So a guy that's versatile, a guy that they put at the edge position, they played at the 2 technique, the 3 technique, a guy they moved around a lot in Zach Carter. So Next behind him is J.J. Pegues, falling to third, and then Keandre Corbin, which they just brought in. And yes, you're going to be at the bottom of the depth chart unless you show something right away, and you just come in and dominate from your first couple of days in camp. But his first couple of days in camp were a lot of one-on-ones, a little bit of 7-on-7s, not too much going on. So there's big reason why. And could he possibly move up the depth chart after the Seattle game? Very well possible. Next up, you have Adam Butler at the two technique, not the three. Jonah Lalu will be at the three technique. You have Adam Butler. You have Leaky Fotu, who has been in a walking boot, but they say he's ready to go. So we will see. We will see.
Tank Booker in third.
Then Tank Booker behind him, a guy that is, a guy that I've said, I think they keep around, right, to see what they have if he comes around. He's a guy that's strong, physical. He can take on double teams. He's a big, wide body, a powerful guy. And then, Trevin Maé is another guy that's the same, a guy that's pretty athletic for his size. So I feel like, he's another guy that hopefully is just one of those guys that's taking a little time to, adapt to the defense. The playbook is so much more in the NFL than it is in college. It's such a different type style in the NFL. So, what do you feel about those guys? Any guys you think you thought would be up the depth chart closer? Or
Thank you, Tony, for that. He deleted Junior's comment that said Chiefs all day.
Shout out to the mods in the building, keeping the chat clean.
Right, at least you got some good mods in there.
Thank you.
Chef salute.
Right.
For that. Sorry, what do I think of what? Sorry, that was
nothing,
funny.
man. You're good. So, at defensive end, is Charles Snowden, and then the sleeper.
Oh, Malcolm Kuhn said that. Yeah.
The sleeper.
Tonka Hemingway.
That nobody's talking about. And where is Malcolm Kuntz on here?
Malcolm Kuntz is before him. Malcolm Kuntz is the first defensive end, then Charles Snowden, then Tonka Hemingway.
Defensive end is Malcolm Kuntz. Go ahead, keep reading.
Tonka Hemingway, and then Andre Carter 2 and OV. I don't know how to say that.
Yeah,
Ofu,
so I was wrong. It wasn't Zach Carter that was with us last year. I do believe it was Andre Carter.
Andre Carter.
That was with us last year, not Zach Carter. I keep getting the Carters mixed up, the Bookers mixed up. There's just so many names that are the same.
And then the offside line, what'd you say, linebackers?
So, yeah, Andre Carter the second has fallen down the depth chart, a guy that played pretty well for us last year. But, a guy like Carter has come in and just stepped up and kind of moved up the depth chart slowly, very, very slowly. But I thought it, for me, I find it kind of odd that Tonka Hemingway is playing defensive end. And like I said, maybe they just feel he's doing better than Andre Carter II and Ovi Oglafoa, who we've had on
Oglafoa.
So for
that name.
Oglafoa, who we've had on the team for a while. And then, Kandie's favorite position, the linebackers. outside linebacker,
Jermaine Pratt.
OLB. Go ahead.
Jermaine Pratt, Jamal Adams, Amari Gainer. How come he's in third, bro?
So, Amari Gainer has slipped to third, but don't panic. He's making his roster. He's going to be on this team one way or another, I feel. He might be a guy, I don't feel is going to make it to the practice squad and stay on there long, especially after preseason if they get him some reps, because we all know Amari Gainer is a dog. But the fact is that we talked about earlier is they brought in these veteran guys in front of them, right? And when you bring in veteran guys that the coach already knows, right? He's played with Jamal Adams. He knows what Jamal Adams can do. He moved Jamal Adams from the safety position to the outside linebacker position, and he looks pretty good out there. Also, somebody that looks really good out there is Jeremy Chin on the edge, man. Just lighten up, my guy, Sincere McCormick. Sincere, bro, you gotta get stronger out there. Get your feet behind you. Amari Gainer, I think is going to be fine. And I feel with with the loss to my guys who I really thought was going to make this roster, Lonnie Johnson, with his injury. I believe Jamal Adams, will probably play a lot more safety than he does linebacker. But from what I heard, starters will be Jermaine Pratt. They will be a Landon Roberts at the Mike linebacker.
I was gonna say that dude's old. He's played
And-
since 2016.
And the surpriser that I heard will be Jamal Adams starting at the outside linebacker position.
As the O linebacker
instead of Devin White. So the way they have it listed here is not what I heard is going to go down. So did I just unplug my light? What the fuck? What is going on today, bro? Jeez Louise.
And you say I'm dumb.
Good Lord. Like, you
And he
totally
says I'm
changed the
crazy.
chat with your blondness.
Okay. No, please. I have more brains than you in
I don't know what
my
happened.
pinky.
Hold up.
But no, so I was just looking up Landon Roberts and his freaking stats right here. Dude, he's played since 2016. Okay, he's number 52, 5'11", 235 pounds. He's 31 years old. And that boy has played since he's the Patriots. Wait, are these the ones he played? Oh, yeah, these are the ones he played against. Sorry. He played for the Patriots. Wait, what? I don't know how to read those stats.
You can't read?
Not the stats. I don't understand them.
Geno passes for more
Geno.
yards, touchdowns, and better quarterback rating than Mahomes this season.
Yeah.
Preach talk. There we go. That's what I'm talking, Chef.
Salute.
Raiders.
Yes,
Can we get a fuck Kermit in the chat? Let me get an F Kermit in the chat.
Yeah, that's stuff, eh?
F Kermit in the chat. So, all right, man. Let's wrap this up. This happened way longer than I thought. So everybody like and subscribe if you haven't already. Tickle the notification
Hit that
button.
like button.
Subscribe to
Hit
Raiders
those
Unleashed.
subscribes.
I need all the help we can get. I thought Kandie had more fans. I thought more people would show up. But
I have a lot of trolls.
I guess
That's the
all
difference.
your fans are Raider haters, and they don't. they do not like the Raiders.
Joanna comes in even as a Eagles fan. That woman will be here. Grandma's always here.
Joanna's my dog. And shout out to Joanna for hitting me up on Venmo. Appreciate you. I didn't see it yesterday. I apologize. I didn't see it during the live. But shout out for showing love to the channel. Always helping with your guy.
Joanna.
The Venmo is in the bottom. All that.
Cash App's at the top.
Cash App, all that. If y'all want to support the channel, support this madness that we're doing over here. But let's get back to it. Jamal Adams, Amari Gaynor. Next up, we have the green dot. Go ahead.
Landon Roberts. That's who I was just looking up, and I don't understand his stats, but I know he's 31 years old, and he's been playing since 2016. Then we have Tommy Eichenberg.
Been to a Super Bowl.
Tommy Eichenberg has?
No,
Landon Roberts? Okay. I didn't finish his stats. Tommy Eichenberg. Then we have Cody Lindenberg, and then Michael Barrett.
All right, so I projected Cody Lindenberg was going to be the second guy above Tommy Eichenberg, but Tommy freaking Eichenberg is stepping up his game, man. So shout out to Tommy Eichenberg. Not all the picks were bad for Tom Telesco, but Tom Telesco also didn't make all the picks, right? Shout out to Antonio Pierce for some of these guys that we got that have turned out to be dogs, right? Like Brock Bowers, right? Like,
Yes.
JPJ, like all these guys that have turned out to be beasts. And hopefully Tommy Eichenberg, follows in that suit. Then you got third behind him is Cody Lindenberg, Michael Barrett. I think it's going to be hard for Michael Barrett to make this roster. I believe they don't let a guy like Cody Lindenberg go. They might put him on a practice squad. You can secure some guys there, but I don't think he's a guy that you're going to secure on the practice squad if they do put him there. I don't think he's a guy they're going to bring up and then release, like they did with Jordan Meredith, like we talked about earlier. Then outside linebacker. Go ahead.
We have Devin White. I've heard you talk about him a few times. Jalen Smith and Matt Jones. I've never heard about Matt Jones.
Yeah, so Devin White, Matt Jones is. Didn't he
I don't
play
think
for
I've met.
Michigan? I think he played for Michigan. Or maybe that's Barrett. Maybe it's Michael Barrett.
Let's
I think
look
Michael
who he
Barrett
played
played for
for.
Michigan. So Devin White,
Baylor.
been,
Where's
been
Baylor?
to a Super Bowl, won a Super Bowl. A guy that was a dog in that Super Bowl had an interception like the first couple plays of the game. I do believe was defensive player in the game. I think in that Super Bowl. I
It
could be
was
wrong.
BYU.
So Devin White is a dog. Yeah, BYU.
Is
All right.
it
Um,
Baylor? I don't know where
so
that's at.
Jalen Smith, a former Raider, a guy that we brought in, released. Um, I really hope he makes this team. But if you look at
Oklahoma
it right
State.
now, as we start, it would be Jermaine Pratt, Jamal Adams, Landon Roberts, Tommy Eichenberg, Devin White, and Jalen Smith. Now, the big, huge question of the day is, do they find a spot somewhere and keep 7 linebackers for Amari Gaynor and Cody Lindenberg? So Cody Lindenberg, Amari Gaynor, Matt Jones,
I
and
was gonna
Michael
say, do
Barrett
you think they're just gonna get rid of Matt Jones?
all those guys seem to be on the chopping block. So
Okay.
unless Cody Lindenberg or my guy Amari Gaynor, who I predicted to, be the second guy at the Mike linebacker spot. Obviously, they don't want to put him there for some reason. I think that's the best spot for him, in my opinion, from what I've seen. But he's played a lot more outside linebacker and defensive end, so they got him outside. But I think that's hurting him. And I think if they put him at the Mike position and let him run the offense, he would show he can get he can get skinny, get between the offensive tackles, get to the backfield, stop the run. And I think they might be utilizing him wrong, but we'll see. We'll see in the next. We'll see tomorrow in the next 2 preseason games what they do with this guy. But
What?
you know,
Tomorrow. I'm so
something
excited
not
for the game.
something not everybody wants to hear. Amari Gaynor and Cody Lindenberg could be on that chopping block, and
It's
then we
gonna
get
be
down to the
insane.
final cornerback position.
We have
Go ahead,
Darnay Holmes, Greedy Vance, Kai Blue Kelly. Or Kai, yeah. Caillou Blue Kelly?
Kai Blue Kelly.
Kai Blue
So
Kelly.
Darnay Holmes, played well for us last year. Was just as good as Nate Hobbs if you want to look at
I
his
heard you talk about
PFF,
Nate
or
Hobbs often.
if you want to look at his next gen stats, if you want to look at any of those things,
Oh, we have a few of them right there. So
Darnay
there's
Holmes
like
was a
3
guy
of
that did
those.
well. He was also a guy that, in the community did an awful lot for the community last year. Fucking something bit the hell out of me. Did a little bit, did some good things in the community last year. So he's a guy that helps out, and not where I was born, but what I rep kind of as my hometown, because I just spent most of my life there, and it is Las Vegas. So shout out to my guy Darnay Holmes for all you're doing for the community out there, the youth out there. It makes a big difference in these kids' lives. And a guy that they have at the nickel position. I don't know, right? I don't know. I don't know if he's the guy. I don't know if it's Greedy Vance, right? Greedy Vance, a guy, UDFA player from USC. Pete Carroll's kind of thing. So Greedy Vance is a guy that's been making a lot of noise, and I've talked about it on this channel a lot. And if you're not subscribed already to the channel, well, damn, subscribe to the channel. So, I talk about it a lot. Is a guy like Greedy Vance, moving up the rosters, he's making noise every day in camp. He's way ahead of schedule for where he was drafted. And a guy like that, right? They don't call him Greedy Vance for nothing. The guy is greedy. He had three what I don't know, a lot of interceptions in his time in USC. So a lot of pass defense. He's a guy that can be sticky in coverage, and they have him playing the slot. So I could really see a scenario where, um, you know,
18
Darian Porter,
tackles.
Darian Porter Jr., Eric Stokes, and Greedy Vance end up playing, plays a lot in the slot with the ones. So he's been working with the ones. Darnay Holmes is another guy, but Kai Blue Kelly, a guy that I see Pete Carroll, constantly have his arm around, constantly in his ear. I don't know if he just likes Kai Blue Kelly or If he's doing them the same way we kind of did Ja'Cory and Bennett, talk him up a little bit.
Right, get rid of him.
And then make him walk the plank. So, shout out to the people in the chat, 18 rocking.
Thank you guys.
Join the chat, man. Let me know how y'all feel.
So there's like, after that, it's...
If you have any questions for Kandie Angel, get the questions in.
Please do.
Appreciate you.
After that, it's
Cameron,
Darian Porter and DeCamari Richardson.
DeCamarion
Richardson, and then Sam Webb. I've never heard of Sam Webb.
Sam Webb. So let's break them down, man.
Let's talk about him.
I kind of like you reading the things. I should pull you up just to read my shit from now on.
I can totally read it for you.
And then I could talk about it, and I just let you go.
Right? That's great.
Darian Porter,
You put me to sleep. No, I'm just
Darian
kidding.
Porter, a guy drafted very, very high for the Las Vegas Raiders. We had 3 third-round picks. He was one of them.
As an undrafted free agent in May 13th, 2022.
What?
That was when he was first as a Raiders, signed by the Raiders as an undrafted free agent.
Who are you talking about? Darian Porter?
No, Sam Webb.
Oh, I don't know why you got
I thought you said Sam Webb, so I started breaking down him.
Maybe I should.
You said let's break him down, you said let's break him down, so I opened up his.
No, so Darnay Holmes, our Darian Porter Jr., drafted in the 3rd round, along with Charles Grant, along with Caleb Rogers. 3 good pickups, guys that are going to contribute to this team for a long, long time, in my opinion. But Darian Porter just constantly making noise, come in, drafted in the 3rd round and just jumped in front of everybody with his speed, his athleticism, his size, his length, everything Pete Carroll loves in a corner. No Diddy, no Wilkins. Then you have, my guy, DeCamari Richardson. I said when he was drafted, I did some breakdowns from him. Y'all want to go back and watch those? You can. It would help the channel out. If not, it's cool. I appreciate you. Do you? I'm just saying. But no, DeCamari Richardson is a dog, man. Number 25. Also cousin to Devin White, who was, with the Raiders. What the fuck is going on, bro?
Okay, what?
Are you kidding me?
Your settings are tripping.
Are you kidding me, dude?
Interesting. Weird. What up, guys? So, what's good? Any questions for Kandie? Like my outfit? I'm just chilling. Yeah. I custom designed this. Some of my merch. The Bears are good, but the Raiders are better. Rebels having some technical difficulties.
Technical bullshit. What it is?
What it do?
It's bullshit.
Right? What is up with your camera, bro?
We're gonna finish the live like this. Y'all just go ahead and look at Kandie Angel, and
I was dancing around.
Maybe it'll give me more views, but
here, I'll just stand up and be like, "Hey guys, check out my outfit." No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. So yeah, you go ahead and do you. So you just gotta be quiet though. Shh.
Okay.
Do you quietly.
Here.
Quietly. Until it's time to read, woman. No, I'm just kidding. I'm playing. You know I am. So, Darian Porter, DeCamari Richardson, a guy that's been making all kinds of noise in camp. We talked about the Devin White relationship, having cousins and family in the building. Don't make me mute you.
Did mute me.
He's got he's been out there balling out, right? He's been making noise. He's been making some interceptions, having a lot of PBUs. He's been sticky in coverage, right? That's what we need to see, guys that are sticky. And he's part of the reason, right? They got rid of Ja'Cory and Bennett, in my opinion, right? They brought him in, drafted a round higher, I do believe. So shout out to DCam rocking. He makes this roster. There's no doubt about it. One of my picks projected to make this roster 2 months ago before any of the shit came out. Sam Webb, man. Sam Webb is a guy that I have on the bubble. I had him, a guy making the roster if they kept 7 defensive backs. Now, I really don't know. I'm kind of questioning it. But since they've got rid of Ja'Cory and Bennett, do they keep 3 guys at the slot because they don't really have a guy? They're going to rotate the hell out of guys. I've said that on this channel over and over and over again. They're going to rotate. They're going to rotate. Guys are going to be fresh. They're not going to have guys sucking wind out there, trying to cover guys 20, 30 yards down the field. So I think that's huge. But
And then
where
they
does Sam
have
Webb fit in? And the reason I say Sam Webb is because let's get to the next line.
then they have Eric Stokes and JT Woods.
And John Humphreys.
Wait. Oh, I didn't see him. Sorry, I just
You
scrolled
gotta slide over.
John Humphreys. Sorry.
You gotta slide to the left.
left.
Slide to the left.
We literally said that at the same time.
Yeah, that's what happens. 8 years of friendship. 4 years of living together. Like,
Great minds think alike.
you don't even
bro.
have to speak. I already know what you're gonna say. So, Eric Stokes, JT Woods.
That was
For all my
great.
Woods out there. And
my
John
goodness.
Humphreys. John Humphreys in the building. So Eric Stokes, man. Eric Stokes has been, lighting it up, a former first-round pick. We've talked about him a lot. And, a lot of people had him projected not to be the starter. A lot of people are worried about this defensive backfield, kind of like I am. But when I look at how they have it listed right now with Darnay Holmes, Greedy Vance, Darian Porter, DeCamarion Richardson, Eric Stokes, and the next man would up would be JT Woods.
Woods.
So JT Woods coming in making noise. I heard he's very aggressive. He's sticky in the press. He's strong in the press, right? Guys aren't just pushing him around, getting past him. Damn good in coverage. Hasn't had any big plays yet, but guys aren't beating him, right? So that's huge. And if it stands the way it stands right now with Darnay Holmes, Greedy Vance, Darian Porter, DCam, Eric Stokes, and JT Woods, man, I'm totally fine with that. Totally
And
fine
Sam
with
Webb.
that.
You forgot Sam Webb.
Yeah, Sam Webb too.
Oh, and John Humphreys.
But it depends, if they keep 6, if they keep 7. But like I said, Kai Blue Kelly is another guy that for some reason Pete Carroll is constantly taking under his wing
So you might
from
keep
what
him.
I see and from what I hear. And
Keep
then
him
John
as like
Humphreys.
a practice or whatever.
John Humphreys, I believe, is number 36. I could be wrong. But he's a guy I seen, getting cooked a little bit.
39. He's number 39.
39, yeah. Also getting cooked out there a little bit. So
Jeez, these babies are making millions. I have kids that age. That's insane. That's insane.
yeah,
Bro.
welcome to the NFL. Welcome to the NFL.
That's
So
insane. It's mind-boggling.
yeah, man, so
So then we
excited.
have the front. Is it front safety?
Free safety.
Free safety. Okay.
He's not front. He's in the back. In the back.
So with the free safety, we have
Way back.
Isaiah Polomau, Chris Smith 2, Hudson Clark.
Woo,
I've
pick
heard-
Suey.
I've heard you talk about Isaiah Polomau.
Yeah, Isaiah, USC guy. Come in UDFA, which a lot of these guys on this roster are. That's why I think a lot of these UDFA guys have a shot. But I'll break it down more tomorrow. Before and after the game, I will be live for the game on my Discord. If you want to pull up, you have to be a member to the channel, right? So otherwise, there's probably be way too many people and it won't work. But yeah, pull up, watch the game on the Discord. The link is in the community page.
Yes,
If you're not a member, man, become a member. Help this channel
It's
grow.
$3, guys.
Appreciate, yeah, $2.99 to watch Raider games all
And
year.
technically, it's $1 for you, and the other two
Guarantee you ain't-
for YouTube.
Guarantee you ain't watching Raider games for $2.99 a month anywhere.
Right?
That's 4 games, bro. That's 4 games a month. $2.99.
Right.
But for real, if you want to come, have fun, hang out, smoke some dabs, watch football, talk that shit.
Or
know what
even
to
play
do.
poker.
You know where we at. Yeah, we got some poker shit going on too. If you're a member of the channel and you subscribe to the Discord,
And if y'all are a member to my channel of the top 2 tiers, we be doing strip poker once a week once I start doing them. So, just saying.
strip poker. What?
I'm just saying.
It's too many chicken shit. None of y'all are gonna come in for that, huh?
Well, the fact I'll probably lose, so I'd be probably the one
Oh.
getting naked. That's why they laugh. Like, that's why
So
they be happy.
Isaiah Palomau, Chris Smith the second.
See,
we talked
look at
about,
that. Look at that,
um,
Rebel. I love your channel now. I didn't know about your channel until Kandie's live earlier.
Shout out to you, man. Shout out to you. Appreciate you pulling up. Like, subscribe, follow, do all that good shit. Come back
This
again.
is why you got to come in and talk about your channel.
Chris Smith the second, one of those guys from Georgia that I've been saying was going to make this roster for 3 years now, and he's now in the second spot. But damn, maybe Hudson Clark could sneak in there, my Arkansas boy. I would love to see two Arkansas Razorbacks make the team.
Who else is the other Arkansas
They're
player?
what
Besides
Dalton Wagner.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's right.
And then next up, we have, last but
Jeremy.
not least, the strong safety position.
Jeremy Chin, Thomas Harper, Trey Taylor, which I've heard you talk about, and Lonnie Johnson Jr. Why is he in last? I've heard you talk about him.
Lonnie Johnson, I just told you, got injured, broke his fibula, and is out for the
that's
season.
right. That's right.
So, Jeremy Chin, coming out of Washington, a young man that hits very, very hard, very powerful.
Mm-hmm.
Has been working on coverage, getting better and better and better. But I think this cover 3, sky defense is going to fit his play style a lot better. I think it's going to fit Jamal Adams' play style a lot better, coming down, playing in the box, Chin playing in the box. You might have, when Chin's down there, you're going to have Chris Smith. Thomas Harper, we have not heard a lot about, and we have not heard a lot about Trey Taylor. Thomas Harper played a whole lot of safety for us last year, right? Was in the nickelback position, played a lot of different spots for us. But Trey Taylor, man, Trey Taylor is the thumper out of Air Force, and I really want to see this guy. So I asked y'all at the beginning, nobody answered me like usual. I don't know if y'all even here sometimes, but I appreciate you being here. Who was the guys you wanted to see most? It was in the title. It was in the description. Nobody
Did you not
answered.
get your camera working?
No, I can't. I don't know what the fuck is not going on. I went back. I went off again. I don't know. They're trying to tell me to get off. Maybe I used up too many hours or some shit on here.
That's funny.
So, that's the way it is. I think Trey Taylor is, that's one of the guys I really, really want to see tomorrow. I want to see Hudson Clark out there, right? I want to see if he can come out there and make noise, because Hudson Clark is a guy that can play free safety, strong safety. He's a damn good tackler. He's a big, tall, lanky guy, like Pete Carroll likes, and maybe he can make some noise out there. DeCamarion Richardson, I want to see really bad.
Are we going to be talking about the special teams? AJ Cole
yeah,
and okay.
I want to see Eric Stokes, what he has. Former first-round pick, I really want to see. And then, the two biggest I want to see is, John Joyner and Jafari Harvey. I want to see what these young men have. Trevin May, absolutely, I want to see what everybody on this roster has. But those are just some of the names that, I really want to see what they have. And Dylan Labe, man, I want to see where Dylan Labe fits. Is he going to make this roster? Is he going to be practice squad? Is he going to be booted?
I was going to say they have him on special teams.
I don't know. He's falling farther and farther down the depth charts, but I've heard people say he looks really good out there. So, it just depends. But with Chris Collier out there tearing it up, with Zamir White out there tearing it up, it just does not look good for these guys. So, special teams wise, AJ Cole, Daniel Carlson, AJ Cole again,
Bobbin Moyer,
Jacob Bobenmeyer is still, the long slapper. But the surprise of all of this has moved around a little bit, right? In the last couple days, and moved around again today or yesterday since they posted it. So, Trey Tucker is our kick returner with Sincere McCormick behind him, which surprises a lot of people. Let me know how y'all feel about that. And then Dylan Labe went from being the kick returner to being the second
to now
being
the third,
and it's not looking good for him. So,
and they have Trey Tucker as the kick returner and the punt returner in first,
and
Ashton
punt
Jeanty.
returner. Go ahead, read punt returner.
After Trey Tucker, then they have Ashton Jeanty, the Silver Surfer, and then Alec Beckham.
And then the shocker, Alex Bachman. So Alex Bachman making noise in the slot. Shout out to Jacoby Myers for taking these guys under his wing. Says a lot for, his leadership, his veteran leadership. Sign Jacoby Myers already. What are you doing? If you haven't signed Jacoby Myers, then damn, sign Jacoby Myers. Like, what the fuck is going on over here? Get him signed before the season. Because this man is, everybody, all the receivers, the running backs, the linemen, the coaches, the quarterback, everybody talks about, you know, what a good professional, standout pro he is, what a leader he is, what a mentor he is to these young guys. So, man, please sign Jacoby Myers. And that is our special teams. Ashton Genty scares the hell out of me. Scares the hell out of me. I don't want my 6th overall pick running kick returns or punt returns. Punt returns is way more dangerous than kick returns. Kick returns, you have to wait till they catch the ball before anybody takes off. Punt return, you can be down there lighting guys up, and if they're not calling for fair catches, you could lose a number 1 running back, a 6th overall
They
pick.
get tackled.
Very, very quickly. So Ashton Genty scares me out there. And then we have Alex Bachman, 3rd punt returner, and Tommy Mellett has fallen to 4th string kick returner and punt returner. So a guy
I didn't even have him on the list.
a guy I had projected to make this roster doesn't look like he might. Like, he might take him, he might be a guy that's on the practice squad, and with not a lot of people talking about him, nobody even gave him a look or a phone call or brought him in, to talk about him during the combine or any of that stuff. So a guy that went under the radar, and hopefully he stays on the radar, under the radar, why the Las Vegas Raiders, can develop this guy and groom him and bring him along, because I think he's a weapon, man, with his 4.39 speed, playing quarterback. Gives them an advantage of reading the defenses, reading receivers, how they're playing guys, how they're playing him. And I think it's really going to help. So if you don't have anything, Kandie, I'm going to get the hell off here.
No, other than anybody have any questions for me? If you guys have any questions for Rebel, if you guys want to go check out the merch we've been working on, it is on the website, kandieangel.com. You can click the menu button and the store is on there. I believe it's also on the front page. You could just click shop. Yeah, that's about it. I hope you guys enjoyed the live. If you want me to sit here, look pretty, and then get so stoned I actually be quiet for once. For the most part.
I don't know what you're smoking on, but you need to send me some because you look high as fuck. So,
bro, these freaking dab. I'm just saying.
Thank you for coming on the show. I appreciate you showing up. I appreciate you spending your time, giving us your growing knowledge of the Raider Nation. Don't show people that.
They don't know what it is. They don't know what it is.
I'll be showing your lip gloss on here.
That's my lip gloss. There you go.
So,
it's so good.
Again, that's what she said.
So, THC with lip gloss.
Again, shout out to everybody in the building who rocked.
And if y'all want some merch made from me or Rebel,
how times you gonna say that?
If you want some made, check it out. Check it out.
Damn. You were supposed to just come on and talk about the show and not be the damn promoter of the show.
I'm promoting.
I know.
I always promote.
That's all you said. This is fucking much. But yeah, man, go check it out. If you want to be involved.
Tomorrow.
The shirt I was rocking yesterday, Just Compete. It's available. It's available. Go check it out. Let me do this one more time. I think I'm back on camera again. And I
try
can
to leave and come back one more time if you can.
That would be awesome. Hold on.
You got this, Rebel. We have faith in you.
The fuck.
5-12. You must be talking about the Chiefs this year.
5-12.
They're gonna be 5-12. That's what Junior's saying. That's what Junior's saying.
Right.
They're gonna. He must be talking about the Chiefs. Right. They're gonna be 5-12. The Rebel. Hey, I think he's talking about the Chiefs are gonna be 5-12 this year.
Cool. All right, man. So I appreciate you having on the show. Thank you for, like I said, everything you do. For chatting it up with us. For
keeping him entertained while you were having fun.
For your partial commitment to excellence on, trying to at least learn Raider Nation and learn football.
I'm learning.
Part of that merch.
Right.
I guess I might as well rep too. Shit.
Right.
DM me, bro. DM me, hit me up. But yeah, man. Appreciate you coming on. We'll talk behind the scenes. Stay on. Appreciate you. As always.
You guys have a good night.
Tell everybody where to find you one last time.
You guys can find me on my website and on YouTube as still Hawaiian Candy or Kandie Unlocked, and my website kandieangel.com. So go check it out. All my links are on there. Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, they are all on there. Go follow Rebel on Twitter. He be posting all day long. Believe me, my phone's like ding, ding, ding.
All right, man. So again, thank you. If you want to give a record prediction before you leave, you're more than welcome. You don't have to.
I say
They play
either
17 games.
I say
17
either
games.
11-6 or 12-5. That's
so
my prediction.
That's your prediction.
I say like 12-5.
What do you say bottom? Worst case scenario?
7 and
7 and 9?
yeah.
All right. Can we get a Raiders? And then I'll let you get out of here.
Raiders.
Peace. All right, man. Appreciate y'all rocking with your boy. Let me know if you don't like this, half-ass up and down feed. I didn't get to pull it up on my phone. It's over there charging, so I didn't have it. But again, man, I appreciate y'all rocking with your guy, Raiders Rebel. Tomorrow is football pull up. I don't know if I'm going to live stream it on YouTube, but again, I will be on my Discord. I might not be on there, but if you can't get the game, man, subscribe to the channel. You know what to do. Become a member. Again, much love. I appreciate everyone being in the building and rocking with me this long. Like, subscribe, follow. Hate to keep beating the dead drum. My score prediction for tomorrow is 31-24 Raiders. 31-24. I'm out. Much love. Take care of one another. Take care of yourself. Take care of your mental health.